Welcome to Come Heal Yourself with Monica Goyle on OMTimes Radio. Monica is a spiritual counselor and healer with a life purpose to put people in touch with their innate healing abilities, empowering them to live a life full of joy, love, peace, and abundance. Through this show, you'll learn to heal every aspect of your life by connecting to your higher self. And now your host, Monica Goyle.
Welcome, friends.
Namaste, friends.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. This is Joseph Emet.
Hi, Joseph. Welcome to Come Heal Yourself, dear friends. Please welcome Joseph. He's the author of Finding the Blue Sky, a mindful approach to choosing happiness here and now. And we are very, very honored to have him today. And he will be talking about mindful approach to choosing happiness here and now in spite of whatever is going on in our life. Welcome, Joseph. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. So, Joseph, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your journey and what got you here.
Well, some people are born into happy families, and some people find happiness by looking for it, searching for it, and taking steps to go towards it. I belong to the second group. It's a little bit like some people are born into wealthy families, and some people become wealthy by their own efforts. Happiness is a little bit like that. And I wanted to share my story and also share what I learned through this process.
Yeah. And we would love to hear your story.
Yes. Well, I was fortunate enough to be in touch with Thich Nhat Hanh, the Zen master, and I studied with him, and he was kind enough to appoint me one of his Dharma heirs. And I learned a lot from him, the art of mindfulness, being here in the moment, being here now. And I found that his teaching has a lot to do with inspiring people to be happy. And in the book, I share what I learned from him and also offer a number of exercises you can do, the readers can do, to get there, because it's not enough just to read about someone else's experience. This book also offers exercises that you can do to make your own journey possible.
Right. So what led you to this path? How did you come on this path?
I chanced upon Thich Nhat Hanh sort of by coincidence. I have been interested in Buddhism and meditation for a while, and I had already taken a Buddhist retreat. And one day I was walking in the street, and I saw a poster saying Thich Nhat Hanh was giving a workshop there. So I went in, and I was very surprised to see that he presented his program with songs. There were songs at the beginning. There was chanting, and I'm a musician myself, so I felt very much at home in that environment. And then I went to see Thich Nhat Hanh at Plum Village, his retreat center in France. And over the years, I've been there maybe 10 times, perhaps altogether close to a year I've spent there. And it was a very worthwhile time.
Nice. So you felt a sense of peace when you met him?
Say that again?
Did you feel the sense of peace, deep sense of peace, something that pulled you towards that?
Yes. Being present, being here now, as opposed to being in your thoughts. When you're in your thoughts, you can be in the past, you can be in the future, imagining things, and sometimes thinking about the future can fill you with a certain amount of anxiety, or thinking about the past. You can get lost in the past. But as Thich Nhat Hanh says a lot of the time, life really happens in the present moment.
Yeah.
So this mindfulness teaching was very worthwhile for me.
And how when did you get on the spot? Were you a child then, or later in your life it came to you?
Oh, of course, as an adult. I went to Plum Village perhaps 25 years ago, and that's when I started practicing mindfulness meditation. And then I found it so much worthwhile for myself. So after a while, I started to share it in groups. And in the last 10 or 15 years, I started sharing it in focus groups like mindfulness meditation for stress management. I have a course for cancer patients in one of the big hospitals here, because cancer is a big challenge for everybody, and there's discomfort, mental discomfort, physical discomfort, and mindfulness helps us to deal better with that. And then I have a course, Mindfulness and Well-Being, which is sort of uses the same teachings as in the book, Finding the Blue Sky, finding well-being and happiness through the practice of mindfulness.
And you have been writing for some time now. There are other books that you have written as well.
Yes, I've been publishing with Penguin Random House now, and the books I wrote for them are the first book was, they titled it Buddha's Book of Sleep. How to, many people, would you believe, up to 3/4 of people in North America have sleep problems, and the book was how to sleep better with mindfulness meditation, and that also has exercises that you can do as part of the book. And then the second book for Penguin Random House was stress reduction with mindfulness meditation. They called it Buddha's Book of Stress Reduction. Then mindfulness meditation, Buddha's Book of Mindfulness Meditation. And the last one, the fourth one, is Finding the Blue Sky. The blue sky sort of is a metaphor for happiness, and the blue sky is there for all of us. All we have to do is look up, and it's there. And happiness, in a way, is also like that, because most of us have all the conditions we need for happiness, and so all we have to do is look in the right places and be present. Yes.
Beautiful. So, in your latest book, Finding the Blue Sky, You have given a lot of exercises in order to change the ingrained patterns of thinking to become happier.
Yes.
So how can we change our ingrained patterns?
Yes. This is practice. If you want to learn a foreign language, in fact, it doesn't have to be foreign language. We all learn to speak. We all learn to speak our mother tongue, and it didn't happen overnight. We practiced. We tried. We worked at it, and I learned to play the guitar as an adult, and that also took some practice. So changing any habit or forming new habits involves a little bit of practice. It involves being determined to some extent and remembering to practice. So for better happiness, a more happy outlook, we could practice positive thinking, positivity. We could catch ourselves when we're thinking negatively, and we could sort of guide our mind toward greener pastures. We could bring to mind things that fill our hearts with gratitude, with compassion, with joy. Like, here's a way to do it. You can bring to mind an occasion where you felt spontaneously joyful. We all have occasions like that. And then
we will take just a short break here, Joseph, and be right back. Friends, please stay with us and we will be back.
Okay.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
As difficult as it is to believe, there are places in Africa where human traffickers sell albino children and their body parts for use in magic rituals. Humanity Healing International is actively working in Uganda to change this paradigm. The Albino Rescue Project finds albino children who are at risk and places them in safe schools and environments where they can learn and grow, free from fear. To learn more or to sponsor a child, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Have you been searching for a perspective beyond the mainstream? Check it out. Join your hosts Cielito Pascual and Diana Gold Holland on Share International Radio for thought-provoking views behind the news, Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio. You can also find us at shareontheairradio.org. This may be the message of hope you've been waiting for.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. You know, I help people solve difficult problems every day, but one problem has me stumped: childhood hunger. Nearly 16 million children in America struggle with it. Luckily, the Feeding America network of local food banks collects surplus food, giving hope to hungry children and their families. But they need your help. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And we are back. Welcome back, Joseph. Welcome back, friends. And we were talking about how we can change our ingrained patterns of thinking in order to become happier. Hi, Joseph.
Yes. Hello again.
Hi.
Well, one of the practices that I recommend is practicing with mindfulness songs. You see, a song becomes an earworm after you listen to it it continues to run in your mind. And it sort of mimics concentration. You don't have to work very hard at it. And it's pleasant. It's a pleasant way to meditate. You can find practice songs on my website, mindfulnessmeditationcenter.org. Make sure to spell center the Canadian way, TRE, and click on books. You can click on Finding the Blue Sky, the last book I wrote. And you can download these songs free of charge, free downloads to your portable device. And during the day, you can take a meditation break with them. It's like taking a coffee break, except it's more effective for relaxing you and putting you in a meditative space so that your stress does not accumulate during the day. So you can listen to these songs and find one or two that you like and use them to meditate with. And it only takes 3 minutes at a time. So if you do that consistently over, say, several weeks, you would notice a change. You see, meditation is a way of programming your unconscious mind. And practicing with songs is really the most pleasant way of doing that.
Yeah. So, what do you think? What role does mindfulness play in happiness? Why is it so important?
Well, here is one reason. We get stressed. When we get stressed, it's the sympathetic nervous system that activates our stress response. Say that something happens, a car, careens towards you in the street. Instantly, your reflex, your sympathetic system, your heart beats faster, your blood pressure goes up, you jump and you get out of the way. Now you're stressed. But after the problem is over, do you come back to your baseline of relaxed functioning? That's the parasympathetic system that brings you down, that relaxes you. Unfortunately, what happens is that the sympathetic system is more effective, more instantaneous, because your life depends on it. And after the stressful event, we don't always come back 100% to a relaxed state. And during the day, a number of things like this happen, like out of the house into school, then you have to fight with traffic to get to work. Then at work, unexpected things happen. All of these creates a certain amount of stress. And after each one of them, there's a little bit of residue stress that remains. And unless you're mindful and unless you do something consciously, and in this case I suggested listening to a song, mindfulness song, or you could sit and breathe deeply and try to sort of clear your mind and get in touch with your breath. Whatever way you find, you need to practice mindfulness in order to stay stress-free. Otherwise, your level of stress keeps going up during the day.
Right.
And in the evening, you come home and you feel like you just fell off a cliff.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just so hard to even bring the, mind to your breath. Like you are so stressed out that it's very hard to be able to do anything.
Yes, I think you hit the problem on the head. It's quite true what you say. Well, you need to make time, and you need to make time to practice not necessarily when you're feeling the most stressed. You know, the time to do something like don't wait till your house is on fire in order to do something about fire prevention. You know, when your house is on fire, there's not that much you can do. But when your house is not on fire, then you can take measures like put a smoke alarm or whatever. In the same way, when things are going reasonably okay, but you feel somewhat stressed, it's a good time. It's a good time. Don't wait for a crisis to practice mindfulness. Be proactive. Do it as a prevention measure. That's when it's most effective.
How did you see your life change after you came on this path?
Can you say that again? Say it in another way.
So, when you came to the path of mindfulness,
yes.
How did your life change?
How did my life change? Well, as I was saying, it's not instantaneous. You know, we all have habits, and we spend a lifetime with our habits. You cannot expect something new, some new habit to appear just like that. So it took me a while. It took me several years to...
several years?
Yes, several years. You know, even Buddha, you know, Buddha practiced for 6 years before he became the Buddha. He was a regular person like you and me, and he decided to follow this path, and he practiced intensely for 6 years. Now, we do not necessarily want to become Buddhas, so we don't have to practice for 6 years. But several months. You know, people take like psychotropic drugs. They go to psychoanalysis for years. Woody Allen, you know, he went for psychoanalysis. Make a guess. How long he went for psychoanalysis? Make a wild guess. He was psychoanalyzed for 38 years.
Oh my God!
Now that's quite a bit longer than it took Buddha to be awakened. And it's in my practice, it's not unusual to find people who take psychotropic drugs for several years, maybe 10 years even. So, and so don't expect change to happen overnight. I think the thing to do is to set up a practice routine, like listening to mindfulness songs, doing a little bit of meditation, guided meditation. There are also guided meditations on my website, mindfulnessmeditationcenter.org. When you click on books, you will find about a dozen guided meditations, and there are guided meditations elsewhere on the web. So make meditation or mindfulness a part of your everyday, and that way you're on your way. At least you're on your way. Because if you don't do that, at the end of the year, 365 days have gone by, and you're still on the first step. But if you're practicing, at least at the end of the year, you're on step 365. You have gone ahead. You have changed already. So, so start somewhere, wherever, and you will find that there are benefits every week, every month. You will notice a better sense of well-being. You will notice benefits regularly.
Wow, yeah, that's so true. So it's like it's something that becomes your lifestyle. Once you get
make it part of your lifestyle, a meditative lifestyle. Many people do that. They go. They have a regular meditation group they go to once a week or so, and I meet people like that all the time. They sit in the mornings and sometimes in the evenings, and what I recommend is take a meditation break during the day as well. And if you use the mindfulness songs, say you're at work, at the cafeteria, you can put on your earphones and listen to a song, or you can go for a walk, or you can go sit in your car and listen to a mindfulness songs. With earphones in your ears, you will fit in with any crowd, because so many people have earphones or earbuds these days in the bus, in the train, wherever. So you will not stand out. You will fit in with any crowd.
That's great. That's awesome. What do you think, how do people prevent their own happiness?
I call that getting in your way in the book. Getting in your way. Well, people damage their own relationships with arguments, with not appreciating their partner.
Right.
People at work also, do not do things the right way, and so on.
Let's take a short break here, and we will be right back in 2 minutes.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake.
Hi, this is Julie Geigel.
And I'm Susan Schuler.
And I'm Carrie Ann Larson.
And we are
the Psychic Angel Channelers
from Angel Talk Tuesday.
Tune in every week at 10 a.m. Eastern on OMTimesRadio.com.
The angels have heard your call and are here to help.
Are you ready to receive?
Bathe in a beautiful vibrational frequency to help you heal, expand, and remember your magnificence with Angel Talk Tuesday.
Every 2 minutes, an American is sexually assaulted. The majority of victims know their attacker. It could be your friend, your neighbor, or someone you met at a party. If you said no, it's rape, and it's a crime. This is Christina Ricci with RAIN. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline today at 1-800-656-HOPE or visit RAIN.org. That's RAINN.org.
Brought to you by RAIN and this station.
Welcome back, everyone. And Joseph was telling us how people prevent their own happiness. They come in the way of being happy.
Yes. So I call this choosing happiness because we have a choice, really. We have a choice. For example, if I ask you to think of a sunset, a beautiful sunset, you can do that. You can imagine beautiful colors. You can imagine birds flying through orange-colored clouds and whatever. So we can actually channel our thoughts one way or the other. And in the same way, we can channel our thoughts toward positivity, toward gratitude, for example. We can bring to mind things that we feel grateful about. A number of people do that, for example, before they go to bed at night. It's a wonderful practice for going to bed peacefully. Or contentment. Contentment is about what we have, what we already have. Discontent is about what we're lacking, what we don't have. Well, we can channel our thoughts toward those things we already have. And we already have many things, like in my case, I have reasonably good health. I have a car, I have a house, whatever. I have a nice partner. So bring to mind things you already have, and contentment will automatically arise in your mind.
Yeah, that's so true. So many times we just keep wandering after the things that we don't have or are hard to achieve, and we totally forget how much we have been given. And it is a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the part about choosing happiness, choosing which way to turn the mind. If you're constantly, for example, thinking about things you don't have, or fill your mind with angry thoughts, say that your thoughts keep going like, how could she do this to me? She's so mean. Oh, this and that. These kind of thoughts fill your mind with negative thoughts, with negativity.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you channel your thoughts toward, perhaps, you could say, perhaps that person is having a bad day, or you could think of the beautiful sky, the beautiful weather, the nice plants, the trees, the walk you had on your way to work, and whatever. So there's a lot we can do in channeling our thoughts. This is why I call this choosing happiness.
Yeah. So you observe that changing our focus from wants to needs will help us achieve well-being. How can we discern between wants and needs?
Say that again, please.
How can we discern between wants and needs? Because, as you said, changing our focus will help us achieve well-being.
Well, one of the things I noticed is that positivity does not come very easily to people. When in my groups in meditation, for example, I mentioned that you need to have a positive state of mind in order to meditate. You cannot meditate with anger, with fear, with anxiety. With those things, you can brood with them, but you cannot meditate with them. So developing a positive state of mind is an important part of meditation. So the three things that I recommend for positivity, number one, as I mentioned before, bringing to mind something that you're grateful for. One thing that I can tell you personally, I had an operation on my knee once because it was giving me a lot of trouble. The cartilage was broken. And then I thought I would never be able to run again. And several months afterwards, I was on a beach, and I said to myself, let me try. Maybe I can run a little bit. I started running, no pain. I kept running, and I ran for maybe about 15 minutes straight. And I felt so grateful. I had tears in my eyes. I could run again. It was an amazing feeling of gratitude. So if you want to bring gratitude to your mind, think of an occasion where you, like my experience, you felt a strong sense of gratitude. Bring to mind such a thing, and the feeling of gratitude will also arise in your mind. So you can do these things often. You can think of things you're contented about, grateful about. You can think of people you love. Instead of people you hate, think of people you love. Think of, fill your mind with hope, for example. Think of things that you're proud of about yourself, certain achievements that you're proud of. So you need to exalt your mind. And that is part of meditation, and an important part of meditation. That's the part that gives you direction, that moves you toward the blue sky, as I call it.
So how do you think our culture is promoting the discontentment these days?
Well, the media, the TV, the advertising everywhere in magazines, they're always trying to make you discontented, aren't they? Like they're saying, well, here's a car that goes faster than the one you have. Here's a car that is shinier or sexier or whatever. And not only cars, but other things that you want to have. They're always pushing that on you. So be careful what you're watching on TV. Be careful not to be taken in by these media tricks. Of course, they're doing this so that you go out and spend money to buy those things. But that is not necessarily the way to be happier. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need to be shopping all the time in order to be happy. So being careful, listening to ads, watching ads with a mindful mindset, being aware that they're doing this for their own benefit, not for your benefit. So this really helps a lot.
Okay, that's awesome. What are the regular practice? Is there a list to choose from? Because we all respond to different things in a different way. Our way of meditation can be different. Are there any suggestions for our listeners to pick from different practices?
Well, the first part of meditation is about calming the mind, because when your mind is calm, you see more clearly. And we do that by getting in touch with the breath, following the breath, and then slowing down the breath. And then by paying attention to all the sensations that are coming from the body. Sensations, for example, of breathing. There's a little bit of coolness around your nostrils as you breathe in, for example. Or in my case, as I breathe in, I feel my belt, for example, because my abdomen changes shape a little bit. All the physical sensations of sitting, how your foot feels, how your buttocks feel, how your legs feel. And make sure that you're listening to the raw sensations, the quality of the sensations. If you hear words, words come from the brain, not from the body. My legs, for example, do not speak English. My legs do not have any words. They don't know any words.
Right.
So listen to your body. Listen to the sensations. Just like maybe a young child or a bird or a cat feels their body, listens to their body. They don't know words, but they're still aware of their body. So that's one way to begin a meditation session. First by slowing down the breath, then becoming aware of all the sensations of breathing, and then making sure that you're listening to the quality of the sensations rather than words.
Yeah. I think that's what mindfulness is about, and it helps in quietening the mind that goes on and on. Great. Thank you so much. And we have a short break right now. We will be right back to do a short meditation with Joseph and to listen to beautiful mindful meditation music. So please stay tuned.
Connecting you with the best of the conscious minds in the world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. OMTimes Magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization. Their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. OMTimes, co-creating a more conscious lifestyle.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience in all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Joseph. We would love to do a short meditation with you. Would you like to do it with the bell music or the
yes,
mindfulness
I'd be
meditation?
glad to offer you a meditation of the kind that I offer as supplements to my new book, Finding the Blue Sky. And meditations like this are available, guided meditations, on my website, mindfulnessmeditationscenter.org. Click on books and make sure you spell center the Canadian way, TRE. So are you ready? I recommend that you sit up straight, because mindfulness is not only relaxation, it is also concentration. And sitting up straight, the mind concentrates more easily. And as I was saying, the first instruction is simply to become aware that you're breathing. Second instruction is to slow down your breath. Really slow, like 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. You can count seconds by curling your fingers inside your palm. Next instruction is to become aware of all the sensations of breathing, all the sensations of your sitting posture. Just go through all the parts of your body, your toes, legs, hands, shoulders, face muscles, and see if you find any tension anywhere. Just let go, relax. Now, see if you can bring a smile to your face. Meditation needs to have a silent, serious face. Smiling, relaxing. Feel this in your heart. Have a smiling heart, as well as a smile. Bring to mind something you feel grateful about. Maybe your child, or different for each of us. Gratitude is like sunshine. It warms the heart. Bask in the glow of gratitude as you do your meditation practice. Keep breathing deeply and slowly. And notice that you're already in a meditative state. Just following these instructions is the gateway to a meditative state. Continue breathing deeply and focusing on your sensations. We cannot stop the mind from thinking, but we can focus the attention of the breath on sensations rather than thoughts. Now take a deep breath. Move your fingers, your toes, and I hope you enjoyed this very short meditation break. Thank you, Monica.
Beautiful. It was so beautiful, very calming. Thank you so much. And I would also like to share with our audience the wonderful mindfulness meditation music. Would love to play it so you all can enjoy. But I am very, very thankful, and I am sure our listeners got a lot from you today, Joseph. Thank you so much for joining us. And
thank you for having me.
Thank you. And once again, please visit Mindfulness Meditation Center, CENTRE.org, where you will find a lot of resources and meditations, meditation music, and all the details about Joseph's work and the book. And I highly recommend getting a copy of his book that will lead to the mindfulness, getting back to the present, and being happy with what we have, because we do have a lot. Thanks once again, Joseph. And here is the beautiful music for our listeners.
Just breathe, everything will be alright. Just breathe, everything will be fine. Just breathe, everything will be alright. Just breathe, everything will be fine. 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 Just breathe, everything will be fine.
Beautiful. And dear listeners, dear friends, everything will be fine. Just breathe. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for having me, Monica. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a blissful week, and we'll meet everyone next Sunday, same time. Namaste.